To return for the trial again, and the court is already expecting those protesters outside and many others who just want to be there to watch this trial. About 50 tickets are going to be given out for people who do want to get inside each and every day. Our team coverage continues right now with Tiffany tipped outside of the courthouse. And Tiffany, crowds, they can't start gathering till what time again?
Oh, well, they're not supposed to be here until 5:30, but as you can see behind me, we already have a crowd of about 14 people out here this morning. They started gathering around 4:30 this morning, and they are all here to sit in on this trial. In fact, this is Brett. Brett, you were the very first person in line. What time did you show up?
4 a.m.
4 a.m. Why are you here this morning?
I'm here today because I feel like, well, number one, I've been following this for about since 2008, and I feel like it's my public duty to be able to observe something that's been so widely controversial, and based on the fact that this is probably the largest criminal case in Central Florida history, that I'd like to be a part of it.
And what do you think about all the public interest? I mean, you're part of this.
Well, this is a great opportunity for the public to be a part of something that has been largely controversial, and the newscasting across this nation has been covering this every single day on every single channel, and I think it's great that our government gives us the opportunity to be a part of this, even though we're not a part of the media.
Now, did you skip work? I mean, what's the story? I mean, you're here at 4 in the morning.
Well, actually, I'm a part of safetextingcampaign.com, which is an application that stops people from texting and driving.
You didn't have to miss too much work.
No, it's an internet-based company.
All right, thank you so much, Brett. As you can see, one more time, we do have about 14 people out here this morning, and it's only 5 a.m. Tickets will be handed out at 8 this morning, and of course, we'll keep you updated all morning long. Guys, that's the latest out here. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, really amazing to see how many people are willing to be there. We're going to be out there live at the courthouse to see how the crowds are forming again. Coming up at 5:30, you can also watch the opening statements beginning at 9 this morning right here on Fox 35's Good Day. You can also follow the trial as it streams live on my Fox Orlando.
Guys, I need the media to clear the sidewalk. Make a hole, please. Make a hole, please.
Take a look at this. This is just one of the days with people trying to get into the courtroom to see Top Mom and watch this trial. Keep looking. Everybody, all those runners. There's a guy in a neck brace. Here comes the rascal. And in just a moment, you're going to see a woman on her rascal. Please keep rolling the video in full, please. And the lady and the rascal ends up edging out all the others, getting up to the front of the line. People are now queuing up outside the courthouse at around 1 a.m. trying to get into court. Out to Brett Shulman, trial spectator. He's been in court 4 times. Why are you showing up to court every day, and what do you make of the proceedings?
Well, one of the reasons why I love going there is because, to me, this is the largest criminal case in Central Florida history, and I want to be a part of what's going on in my own backyard, and I've been following this since the inception of this case.
And what do you make of it so far?
There's a lot of speculation, but I believe that so far the state has really had a big hand in showing cause.
There you see it. We are outside the Orlando courthouse bringing you the very latest. But let's stop and remember Army Sergeant Mark McCune, 24.
Well, here we are at 4 a.m. The big day of the Casey Anthony trial. And guess who's number 1 standing in line at 4 a.m.? See ya.
Spectators waiting in line all night. Welcome back. We are covering the Casey Anthony trial for you tonight. That video was given to us from perhaps the most dedicated Anthony trial spectator. His name is Brett Schulman, and he joins us right now. He was the first person in line to get a seat inside the courtroom on day one. He braved this. Chaos, fights. It's the running of the bulls. I swear to goodness. That's what it is. Look at that. Those people or animals? They're all trying to get a first-hand look at the Casey Anthony trial. Let's get started with Brett. So, Brett, what was it like inside the courtroom? What's different about being there?
Emotions of individuals that you can actually stare into their eyes, and an incredible impact on the individuals sitting and actually watching instead of watching on TV. You could feel the power and the passion inside the courtroom.
Interesting. Well, you yourself, you're a professional poker player, so I love that you're the subject I'm talking to here, because you have a sort of unique, I suspect, ability to read what's going on the people involved in this trial. What is your take on Casey Anthony? You see her sitting there day after day. What's going on there?
First of all, I would not want to play poker against Casey Anthony because she is stone cold.
Interesting. So you feel is that now, could it be that that's something the attorneys are sort of encouraging her to look like, and just to retain that stone face, or do you think that she is just disconnect and a cold-hearted criminal?
In my own opinion, I believe that she is cold-hearted, and all she does is stare all day long straight ahead. She doesn't look at anybody. Once in a while, she'll look down at a piece of paper, and that is it.
Do you have any sense of how the jurors are responding to her?
Well, I watch the jury, too, and I watch them look at her, and I will just make one observation. A lot of the jurors do not take notes. Very rarely do I see them take notes. But they're always watching her, and they're watching George and Anthony.
Interesting. So they're sort of going with their gut, I bet. And then one other thing. You had reported earlier that it's 10-1 in the spectator booth, women to men. Mostly women. Why are women so captivated by this?
Well, I'm going to say because it's a mother-daughter issue. I say 95% of everybody that's attending every single day is a female. And the men are probably attached with the female, but that's okay.
Well, interesting. Brett, thank you so much for your insight. It gives us a feeling what it's like inside that courtroom, because I'll tell you what, I'm still trying to make sense of this thing. As I keep saying, the only thing I really know for sure so far is there's just stunning amounts of lying and obfuscation going on here. And in my world, that usually means addict, but I see no evidence that she's an addict. So what is this thing we're watching? So we're going to continue to address this trial and give our unique take each and every day. Certainly tomorrow we'll be here, so you be with us then. But until then, be safe. Maintain that a trained canine cadaver dog detected human remains around Casey Anthony's car trunk, but the defense is already trying to float the argument that the cadaver dog's hit was a false positive. The testimony is conflicted and compelling, and it seems to have us all hooked. We can't seem to look away. Speaking of that, joining me again is Brett Schulman. We met him last week when he became one of the very first people to sit on my little impromptu jury here. Welcome back, Brett. Now, quick question here is, do you see anything new on Casey in the courtroom that we can't see here with the cameras, or on her parents?
Yes, I can. As a matter of fact, I've been watching her very closely, and I can finally see, for the first time in the entire trial, I can actually see some emotion from Casey, and she's starting to catch on a little bit. It's adding up. I'm just waiting for her to jump up and say, okay, I did it. I'm done. Haul me away.
Well, Brett, your mouth to God's ears, but by catching on, do you mean that she's sort of catching on to the fact that people want to see emotion and it's disingenuine? Or catching on that it's okay to show emotion?
I think it's basically, in the final analysis, I think she's showing a little bit of more emotion because it's really getting to her. I really believe that, because every single day that I've been watching her, it's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper for her. And I think she's really showing that, and it's very obvious to me.
So she's getting a feeling of being overwhelmed, or sort of
overwhelmed. Yes.
Yeah, I get it. Now, one more thing for you. I guess you've become the official local Barney Fife. You've been deputized and you manage the crowd. So there isn't that running of the bulls, I call it, in the morning when everyone rushes to the courtroom?
Yes, sir. It seems like everybody's getting there about 12 o'clock. I've been getting there about 3 a.m. And obviously, as you've seen before by the film, that there's so much chaos out there. It's just absolutely crazy. So I took it upon myself to start handing out numbers from 1 to 50, keeping everybody in line. And guess what? No more injuries, no more trampling. Everybody's good to go, and everybody's happy.
All right, Brett. Well, thank you for that report from inside the courtroom, and I think I'm gonna start calling you Barney instead of Brett from now on, if that's okay, just to show your deputy badge there, Mr. Fife. All right, now, again, today we've been talking about stories that.